Hey Cricut Crafters, welcome to today's tutorial where we are taking something like this, a picture, maybe it's great grandma's old recipe card or a Christmas card that says love grandpa, and we are going to add it to a frame. You could add it to a tea towel with some heat transfer vinyl, maybe a candle or a mug. We're going to show you how to take something on a piece of paper or just a picture, an old card, something, and turn it into a PNG or SVG for your Cricut to be able to cut it out. I love it. It's so cute. Can you see that? This is a really great option for Mother's Day. I have shown the tutorial on how to make this frame, which I will leave right up here with the rolled paper flowers. But now we're going to add some vinyl to it. So let's get right to the tutorial. Before we start, I would love it if you would let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite project and material to work with? My personal favorite is working with heat transfer vinyl, making things like shirts. I feel like it's super forgiving and a really great beginner-friendly option with your Cricut. What is your favorite project and why? Let me know in the comments down below and let's get into the tutorial. I have a little one and I got her to take a Sharpie. Be careful with this, your house might get colored, but I got her to take a Sharpie and then she just drew some pictures. And I'm going to do two different methods, try those out, to convert them into a PNG format to be able to cut it out with vinyl and add it onto here. So it's going to be a super cute little project. Let's get started. The first step we're going to do is take a picture of the work. If you have a recipe card that you're working with, or maybe an old Christmas card, you know, that says like signed like love grandma or something, if you want to go from there, let's start off by taking a picture of it. You could also scan it on your printer if you have a printer. I just have the light turned on, nothing special, and I'm just gonna go ahead and snap a picture of that. She just drew a beautiful family. That's me. I mean, it looks just like me, doesn't it? Okay, perfect. So now that I have those, I'm going to set them aside. Again, if you wanted to scan it, that works as well. Once you've taken the photo or scanned it, make sure to download it to your computer. Then go to remove.bg. I have shown you many tutorials using this. It is a free online website that removes the background for you really easily. So select upload image, go into your file folder and click on the one that you just downloaded. For privacy reasons, it doesn't show my file folder on the screen record. And that's the original, and then this is the removed background. So it did a really good job with that black Sharpie I was using if you're doing the same type of drawing as me. Otherwise, I'm also going to show you how to do the recipe card after this. But if you need to clean it up at all, you can go ahead to the edit tool, which I'll show you later on in the video, and clean it up like that. I did go in and crop out as much as I could of the photo on my phone. So definitely make sure you try to do that if there's anything in the background, but that's the original, and then this is the after once it's removed and it's a PNG. So I just went ahead and did all of those and downloaded them to my computer. Now I'm going to open up Cricut Design Space. So select upload, upload image, browse, and click on the one that you just did with the removed background. Select complex and then go down to more options. Here we're going to change color tolerance to 200. And the reduce colors to 2. What this does, it really kind of gets rid of that blurry, jagged areas. You kind of have to fiddle around with it, but this is the number that for me works the best. So if you're finding it's a little blurry or just not as clean cut, definitely go ahead, like I said, change color tolerance to 200 and then reduce colors to 2. It makes a huge difference even just in the preview cut area. And then I did go ahead and change the image name and upload. I have shown you the process of how to upload onto Cricut Design Space in this video here, which is why I kind of jumped through it really quickly. So if you do need a beginner's version of it with all of the details, then go ahead and click up there. Now I'm going to select on contour and start removing the parts I do not want. Contour is a great feature to be able to go in and start just removing different sections that you don't really need or don't want in it. And this is a lot faster than going in and trying to slice it, because at this time, unfortunately, Cricut Design Space does not have a little eraser tool that you can just go in and erase parts. But hey, that would be super helpful, maybe one day. Next step is to measure my frame and the glass part where my decal is going to go, and then all together just sizing it to make sure it does not exceed that measurement. Then I'm ready to make it. Now for my specific one that I'm making, I'm going to mirror my image with the permanent adhesive vinyl, and that is because I am adding it to a picture frame and I'm adding it on the inside of the glass. That way on the outside, you can see it coming through the glass, but you don't have it on the outside facing you, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean, but it gives it more of a professional look a lot of the time to have the vinyl on the inside. If you're just adding it to, I don't know, canvas, wood, whatever you want, or the outside of the frame, don't worry about mirroring your image. But if you're doing it like me where it's going on the inside of the glass, then mirror image. That way when you look at it, it will be the correct way. I'm setting my base materials to vinyl with more pressure because it is a little bit more of an intricate cut, so I want it to be able to weed really easily. But your Cricut might be a little different depending on the blade, so do whatever cut pressure you think is best. Now, like I said, I'm mirroring my image, and again, I'm using permanent adhesive vinyl for this project. But if you're using heat transfer vinyl, definitely make sure to mirror image. I did want to show you the recipe card as well in case you wanted to do that. So I just went to the remove background again, remove.bg, and uploaded my recipe card and was able to remove the background. I downloaded that image and I actually cleaned it up a little bit by deleting some parts with the eraser. Then I went in and uploaded it with the complex button, changed color tolerance to 200, and then reduced the colors to 2, the same thing we did earlier. And you use this little preview cut image window to see what it's looking like. I'm going to rename it and upload it. Then select it and add to canvas. There we go. I have my little recipe card. It's so cute. I'm just going into the contour button again and selecting the parts that I think I want to just remove, those extra little lines and dashes that I couldn't quite get out on the remove background feature on that website. And then I'm ready to go ahead and size my decal and cut it out. Because I'm using heat transfer vinyl, I am going to make sure to go ahead and select mirror image again because I'm going to be adding this decal to a tea towel. Now I'm ready to make it, and this is what it would look like. So now we're ready to show you how I made my little sign with my daughter's writing on the frame. So first I added some permanent adhesive vinyl scraps, and I just make sure to line up my digital mat on Cricut Design Space. It pops up there in the Make It section when you select Edit, which I've shown many times before in my tutorials. And all you do is just line up that the numbers on your physical mat in front of you match to what it says on your computer. That's mainly when you're using vinyl scraps that aren't quite the full 12 by 12 sheets. And as you can see here, it doesn't start right at the 1, it kind of starts somewhere around the 5. So I wanted to make sure it lined up perfectly. And now I'm ready to load my mat. Go ahead and do that when your Cricut prompts you to do so and cut it out. For this one, I am only using one color, so I just decided to do it all at once on this vinyl scrap piece. I've been really trying to use my scraps lately, so a great little alternative. Now I'm popping out the backing of the frame, and I thought the glass would come out, but it did not, so that's okay. What I did was I went ahead and grabbed my eyeglasses cleaning little cloth and I wiped it down. And then I got my transfer tape that I use, which is the Duck brand shelf liner from Amazon. But honestly, you can use whatever transfer tape or one you prefer. There are tons of hacks to use as well. So whichever one is your favorite, go ahead and use that. The other thing that I do before I start reading it out is just cut around the excess part so that I can keep on using whatever scraps I have left. That way I just essentially have more vinyl to use instead of just throwing it away. So once that's done, like I said, I'm going to just weed it out and remove the parts that I do not want. And I will just jump ahead so you don't have to watch me weeding a white piece of vinyl. It's kind of hard to see on camera, so there's really no point of me showing you the whole thing and me weeding it. But I'm just taking out the parts that I don't need in my decal. Once I've removed all of the middle parts of the letters and the background, I'm ready to add my transfer tape. Then use your little scraper tool to go over it. And this is what's going to get your vinyl decal to transfer to the transfer tape. Now I'm just cutting it out because I do want to place them a little bit further apart, but to maximize my vinyl pieces, I did just cut them really close together. So I'm going ahead and placing them where I would like them. Some people like to measure with a little measuring tape or something, but honestly, I'm a little bit of a messy crafter, in fact, a pretty crazy crafter. So I like to just eyeball it and play it by ear. As you can see, it is backwards right now. And like I said, we mirrored image, so when we flip it around, you will see it's going to be the right way when you're looking at the frame. I'm just setting everything up the way I want it to, and then once it's all down, I'm going to take my scraper tool and just give it a really good rub over top to get the vinyl decal to transfer onto the glass. Then I'm going to be able to peel away the transfer tape, and you can actually reuse this transfer tape depending what you're using. You can go ahead and stick it back down onto that paper backing that it had and use it for another project. That's what I'm doing right here. This is one from a previous project that I decided to use again. Now, if you notice any of your vinyl decal is pulling up like this one here, that's okay. Just push the transfer tape back down, and you can use your finger, your scraper tool, whatever you want, your weeding tool, to just push it back down a little bit and add more pressure over it to get it to transfer, and then pull it back up. And you can continue that as many times as you need to get it to transfer. Now I'm ready to pull those up, and it is complete. It was a super quick and easy little craft to make, and I love how it turned out. I'm going to put the frame back together now and show you the finished product, and I just thought it was super cute. So it would be the same thing with the recipe card. You would go ahead and cut it out on whatever material you want. Like I said, if you are doing a tea towel or something like that, you're going to want to use heat transfer vinyl. Otherwise, if you're making a mug or a candle, some permanent adhesive vinyl will work great. This project was such a great one, and I love the sentimental value that this adds to the gift. There you have how to make one of these personalized PNG or SVGs out of handwriting. I feel like this is such a helpful tutorial for so many different things with Christmas gifts, any gifts, birthdays, and you can really personalize it for each person, whether you have your little one drawing a picture for grandma, or maybe one of those special recipe cards that you've passed down throughout the family. I think it's a really great way to add a sentimental touch to any gift, and I'm just so excited for this tutorial. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now. Happy crafting.